Good evening. My name is Jeremy Cherson, Associate Director of Government Affairs for Riverkeeper. Thank you for the opportunity to testify today, and do not fear Senator Krueger, there will be no props this year. In 2023, New York City discharged 29 billion gallons of combined sewer overflows, equal to 105 Empire State Buildings full of sewage. Across the rest of the state, 8.8 billion gallons were dumped into our waters. That's 32 Empire State Buildings of sewage. That's a lot of poop. Now, that doesn't even capture the 89 million gallons of untreated landfill leachate that is released into the Hudson and Mohawk rivers annually by a group of citizens who just recently released a report. To address these challenges, we're asking for the legislature to increase the Clean Water Infrastructure Act to $600 million. And I'll add that inflation has eroded its value since it first hit $500 million in 2017. It's now worth $641 million. It should be funded at that level. And the program, as Adrian said, is oversubscribed. The EFC has identified 544 water projects requiring $6 billion of need this year alone. Despite investment, the progress is uneven. We also support raising the EPF to $500 million with a $2 million increase to the Hudson Estuary Program and the Mohawk Basin Program. These programs are really important for nutrient pollution, habitat loss, PFAS contamination, as well as providing technical support to counties and municipalities. Since 2021, over $650,000 in Hudson Estuary grants have supported STEM education for young adults from New York City to the Mohawk Valley. Also, the Interstate Environmental Commission, based in Long Island City, protects water and air quality in the tri-state region. The governor's budget proposes cutting IEC funding by more than half, jeopardizing $1 million in federal funds. We urge full restoration of this funding. Finally, Riverkeeper, like everyone else, is concerned about news coming from DC regarding the pause on federal grants and infrastructure funding, as well as the termination of grants for nonprofits and universities that provide foundational research that guides policymaking. This serves as a sobering reminder that the state is the last line of defense when the federal government threatens the progress we've made on clean water over the last 50 years. Thank you for your time, and I'm happy to take questions.
Hi, thank you so much. I'll see if I can do two quick questions. Thank you all for what you do and for being here and for staying. First question is for Riverkeeper. We've talked a lot today, feels like yesterday, this morning, about emerging contaminants and on-site treatment. You're very familiar with the situation that we're experiencing in Ulster County. Could you elaborate a little bit on the importance of funding for on-site treatment of those contaminants before they get to a wastewater treatment plant?
Right. So the leachate from landfills contains heavy metals, toxic organic materials, and PFAS and other PFAS-related chemicals. It's all of our garbage, and it's all the liquid from the garbage, the sludge, that is required to be collected. And if there was a direct discharge from these facilities, they would have to treat them. But they're able to pump them into trucks or pipe them directly to a wastewater treatment plant, and magically it's not toxic waste anymore, and they're able to discharge it directly into waterways across New York State. And so it's not just the Hudson and Mohawk rivers. And so DEC has been looking at issuing regulations to require on-site treatment. They have not released those regulations yet. But they have the technology, these facilities have the technology to do it. It will cost money, and the state will likely be asked to help support those on-site treatment measures.
Thank you, and I would acknowledge that we're supposed to see those regs. DC has told us the early part of this year, so we're all waiting for that. I'd be remiss if I didn't say that Assemblymember Kellis and I have a bill that would help address this exact thing, which we would love to see in the budget, which I think would be helpful.
Yeah, it's 29 billion gallons in New York City of raw discharge sewage. Annually, 103 Empire State Buildings full, as I said. And there's a bill, Rain Ready New York, that would help modernize our stormwater practices that Assemblywoman Gallagher and Senator May carry that we're hoping can get over the finish line this year in the Assembly.